Hey everybody! So, hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Corby's World. So we've had an email from someone. Apparently they felt uncomfortable asking questions out in the comment section. As you know, I encourage any question that's I guess you would say appropriate. I encourage any appropriate question with only a few little things that we won't really talk about. But I guess they didn't want to think, or didn't want me to think that they were making fun of me or whatever. And if they are, they didn't do it in public. So I really don't think they were. And like I say, I welcome all questions. So this video is going to kind of be a little bit of a get to know me, us, him. So with that, like I said, welcome to Corby's World. Let me get this out of the way towards the beginning so that we don't have the last video situation. We really enjoy doing these Corby World videos, and we understand right now we have a very small, limited family of people that are subscribed and everything, but it still means a lot if you're new here to subscribe to the channel and also ring the notification bell to to be notified of when new videos come out. Also, if you like the content we're putting out, we try to do it a little bit different. We try to do it in a sincere, unedited way. I just feel like if our videos are one-shot takes, where the only editing I do, honestly, is I'll hit the pause button if I need to do something or change something. Not really change it, but, to like give me a break where I can't hold the camera, I'll pause it. So I think that is kind of what separates us a little bit, because they're unedited, almost blog type videos, but not really, because, we will be going on outings and stuff like that too, and they're more than just Corby related stuff that we do, like my art painting, if you want to catch that in the It Finally Happened video. But anyway, so please go ahead and give us, a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. Also, we love talking to our Corby's World family. Please give us a comment down in the comment section, and we try to talk back to everybody. Try to respond, answer questions. I'm sorry?
And we apologize if you hate this.
Yeah, and if you hate what?
This video.
Oh, yeah, and we apologize if you don't like this type of video, especially like what we're doing today. But it's not going to be really revolving around the dog, but, as kind of proving that we talk to everyone, this is a video specifically about questions that they've noticed about me, even though you don't really see me. You see enough of me to know something ain't quite right. So, this is kind of answering that, and we'll cover Kim. I don't know quite what we'll cover her with yet, but we'll figure something out. But she hopes warm blankets. Maybe it'll be pistachio pudding.
Ew.
Anyway, so I'm going to get on, stop beating around the bush to...
Clear enough data off of that phone?
Do what?
Did you clear enough data?
Yeah, I cleaned up the phone. So, yeah, so here it goes. So I was asked just a little bit about myself, and he noticed that I'm always thrown on the floor like a sack of potatoes. And that he didn't say like a sack of potatoes, that's just my own wording. But I noticed you're on the floor all the time, and you don't really move around a whole lot. Other people that do dog videos, they have the dog outside. They, do outings, which we will be doing once COVID's over. But there's a story that goes with why we, especially now during COVID, don't go out. Um, and then, there's just some stuff. So I guess the best place to start is at the beginning. When I was born, I was very young.
Oh, jeez.
And, um, apparently that's too far back, according to Ken. So, why I sound weird. Let's just, go through the things. Because even I'm self-conscious about the way my voice is. And it sounds like I have a speech impediment and things like that, which I do a little bit, but it's because of a condition called mandibular tori. Basically, my teeth come in all weird. I have extra bone in my mouth and things like that, and I've had to have quite a few teeth removed because unfortunately it's just the way it is. They can't grow crisscrossing each other, breaking other teeth in half and things like that. So, it's best to just remove them and, just, I don't have dentures. I used to do the denture thing, and it's just, why bother with extra stuff when you're sure of yourself, you kind of.
I love him the way he is.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, okay, so I can't eat everything. I can't eat hard things, but I mean, it doesn't change who I am, and so I am who I am, and I'm comfortable with me, and so that's really that. But that's why I sound different. That's why I sound weird. Um, the next thing I want to talk about is, you guys notice this gentleman noticed I was breathless a lot. Sound like I'm huffing and puffing, and he was wondering if I was okay or if I got COVID.
Not yet.
And stuff like that. And no, I've not gotten COVID, but COVID will probably actually kill me. And it'll kill Kim too, because she's got immune issues. Let's just say that, and she's severely anemic and things like that. So she also is not a good candidate for getting COVID. But July 16th of not this past July 16th, but 2019. I had a very bad day.
You had a bad day.
Oh. That morning I woke up. Okay, so I had been sick. Oh gosh, I had been sick since.
At least a month.
Yeah, probably since June. Maybe even June 1st.
You had a big fall, and then.
Which I fell down at a cousin's house. And, well, I guess here's why that's important. So, put what we were just talking about on a side burner. 9 years ago?
Yeah.
Let's just say 9 years ago. It may be off, give or take a year or so, but I was working for our county health department. I worked with mentally impaired children, handicapped children, not just children, but I did home direct care work mostly for children, and then I did home medications for other mental health clients. And this one 12-year-old autistic boy,
He's very big for his
to make a long story short, this kid who was big for his age, because I could go on for hours talking about the setup of the situation, but basically he didn't want to take his medications, and as a lot of direct care workers know, it's usually understaffed or you don't have you know you don't have help from the parents
You don't even have basic rights.
like you need, and like there's just a lot of things that aren't quite right. No matter how many times you write the company your complaint or your concern down, sometimes it just doesn't get heard. Well, this was one of those times I needed help, and um, it just he didn't want to take his medications, and assisting him with medications the way that his person-centered plan said. It was really a two-person job, and I was helping him, and he basically bent me backward to a point where he broke my back. And so this is going to my back is messed up all over the place, and I'm not a good candidate for back surgery and whatnot. They say I'm too thin, if you can believe that. No, no. They say my weight is not right for that.
Even if you had your weight on,
I'm overweight, and they say that won't. I can't have the surgery till that. And then even if I were to go ahead and have the surgery, which you can hear my voice now, and I'll explain what happens with that later. So even if I could have the back surgery, it would not do what they needed it to do, because the way the breaks are, it's just my lower vertebrae. Oh, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. So my lower vertebrae are all broken, and also my upper back around my I have spiderweb fractures in my neck bones, but between my shoulder blades. And having these breaks, I really should know the vertebrae number and letter, but well, the L405 in my lumbar are two for sure that are broken, but I have spiderweb ones in my upper back as well that are going to continuously get worse. All these are worse all the time. They just continuously get worse. There's not really much that can be done. I also have a milk allergy. I'm allergic to everything that you can think of. I mean, yeah, I can have nuts though. Go figure.
shellfish.
Yeah, nuts and shellfish. Go figure. I can eat them. I can eat both of them. But I'm allergic to milk. So milk gives me. So my mandibular tori gave me big, really strong teeth, which is why they cause so much problem, because they didn't wear down easily, but they give me really weak bones. So my bones are going to continue to crack apart, and the doctors say, well, the countdown still happens, so when it first happened, someday you'll be in a wheelchair because of this. And then a few years later, it looks like you're going to be in a wheelchair because of this, because of blah, blah, blah. And then about a year or two ago, they started saying, in about 3 years, you're probably going to be in a wheelchair. Now, I know they can't, pinpoint exactly when, but just ballpark figure, we're looking at probably, and given by there's my finger in the way. It's a nice finger. But given the way that things are going for me, they're probably closer to being right than we want to admit.
I'm thinking next
But it's looking like maybe next year. Hopefully, I can squeak it off to the year after or longer. But like it's looking like next year we're probably gonna have to start worrying about wheelchairs and changing the house over to being wheelchair accessible. Which is why I cannot be outside doing much.
This is why you're always sitting down.
This is why I'm always on the floor. I'm always with blankets, all around me, propping me in the best way I can, because there's not a thing I do where I don't have some sort of pain on some level. A lot of the times, like even for these videos, it's a fake it till you make it type deal. I hurt, so therefore I hurt, and it's just gonna be life now. So someday I'm gonna be in a wheelchair due to all that, which brings us to the fall I had last July. Not last June.
It would have been June of 2019.
Yeah, June of 2019. Sorry. So maybe the fall even happened. Well, the fall happened around Easter. And
That doesn't add up with everything, but yeah.
but it kind of does, because we weren't just visiting relatives for Easter. We stayed with them for a bit because we were contemplating a move down there.
Then we did come back in June. So yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, but I ended up, when we were there visiting, I ended up having a pretty nasty fall, which for me with my back is a really bad thing. I can't reach that. Yes, I can. So I had a bad fall. I'm sorry, playing with the dog and talking. It's like chewing gum and walking type thing. So basically, getting everything checked out. Yeah, I was sore. I hurt really bad. I managed to hurt my leg somehow in all of it. And what?
You bruised up really bad.
Yeah, I was bruised all over. I have ribs that pop out of place.
Your brakes.
Even without falling, I'll carry something that's heavier than what I should be carrying, and due to the brakes, like my ribs will, they'll pop out. You know how the ribs kind of go around and they curve? Well, somehow they can like get hung up on or around the other ones. I'm not entirely sure how it happens. I just know it happens and it hurts.
You can't breathe.
So we had all these thoughts of what's wrong with me, and what did I damage by falling. And
Boy, were we not even
luckily I had no bone. Okay, that looks bad because it's half off camera. So we so I'm continuously getting worse from, kind of hold that information about the fall in your mind. So I'm continuously getting worse with this sickness of whatever it is I have.
It's a cough.
In January, June.
Yes, June.
Goodness gracious, I'm so sorry. It's in June.
Do you need a drink?
No, I don't need a drink. I'm fine. And so, as this cough and my breathing problems are getting worse, we're thinking, great, he got sick. He has his asthma's acting up again. We went and we got an inhaler, and it was just this whole mess of me trying to breathe, and it's still getting worse and worse and worse. So July 16th comes along, and I wake up, and oh my gosh, I feel great. I feel so good. And I go into the bathroom, and we're fighting over it because we both have to go, Kim and I. And so I finish up going to the bathroom and get ready to let her have the restroom for herself, and I'm starting to have dark circles in my eyes around the outside, and the area of vision's getting smaller and smaller. I say, I need to sit down. So I went and sat on the toilet. Didn't matter that she, not on the toilet. I sat on the tub. Didn't matter that she was on the toilet. I had to sit on the tub. And then as soon as I sat down, I started passing out. And she grabs a hold of me. And she's thinking I'm having seizures. And
Your eyes rolled back in your head. I didn't know what to think.
yeah, and so I come back from my seizure, pass out, at the time we don't know what's going on. And
The whole time I'm screaming your name and you're not responding and your breathing is like labored, like it's just awful. It's like a
Right.
death rattle. It's
so
awful.
so then I pass out a second time. And she's, on the toilet. I'm and she's trying to hold me up
Yeah, 'cause
from
you would've
falling. We have a toilet paper holder that's not on the wall.
And you
It's
would've
like
been pale
it's like a
for
stand
six.
with a stick that the roa actually would hang on, and I would have impaled myself on that if I would have fallen.
Yeah,
So-
I had to, instead of calling 911, I was holding him up from falling face first on this toilet paper thing.
Right. And so, long story short, ambulance.
Finally get him conscious and on the floor.
Yeah, I'm on the floor right there.
But she's fighting me about.
Right
No,
there.
it's fine. I don't need to get on the floor.
And we get the ambulance here, and they get me to the hospital and find out I have a blood clot, a massive saddle pulmonary embolism.
Double saddle.
It's a double saddle or something like that. Basically, it's made both of my lungs so I can't get any blood flow to move the oxygen from me huffing and puffing and breathing.
Can I add that at this point you are blue? I am being told to contact people because you're likely not going to
They
live
probably
through
can't
it.
hear you.
Oh, well, go ahead and add that then.
Basically, I was blue at this point in the hospital, and they're telling her to call people because I'm probably not gonna do
Call
very
people to
well.
be with me,
Call people to support her.
'cause
She's
not
gonna need support for what's coming. And so, yeah, so there I am with my embolism, and they're working on me, and they don't have the ability to handle me.
They can't find your pulse.
They can't find my pulse. I'm so far gone, and
And you're ice cold.
yeah, and I was ice cold, and so they get me down to the Toledo ProMedica Hospital, and yeah, and that's where they saved my life and everything.
And they still don't know how the heck
So,
you made it.
They're surprised that I survived it, but remember that fall when I hurt my leg? Oh, I'm gonna get you. When I hurt my leg, the bruising and damage from falling caused a blood clot, and that's where they believe that's where it come from, because I don't have clots in my other legs. So like, well,
clotting fat history.
or I don't have a clotting history. I don't have clots in smaller veins elsewhere. So it has to have been from that fall. So now, I huff and puff. I get winded a lot. My lungs have not been right ever since then, and
you have scar damage.
and I have some scar damage in my lungs from it,
It's some hurt damage.
and I have some heart damage from it, and I also have some memory issues from it.
Which
And-
will be tested for as
which-
soon as it's safe.
If you notice, I lose track of what I'm doing, and I'll be talking about stuff, and all of a sudden, like I'm just seeming like I'm kind of out of it or whatnot. Those are residual effects from that, and there's further testing to be done when it's safe for that. But that's not life-threatening so far, so that's where that is. So that's why I'm on the floor a lot. That's why I'm not doing a lot of active stuff. That's why I talk weird with a weird lisp. I mean, I'm breathless all the time and all this and that. And I'm not doing this for pity or anything. I'm just doing this so that I can be naked. I mean, so that I can be clear with you guys, and
Answering questions.
just answering questions, because I don't mind the questions. I really don't. How do you know about someone else unless you can walk in their shoes? And to walk in their shoes, you've got to ask. And so what if it's a hard question? Ask it. I talk about a lot of things. The things I will not talk about, I won't talk about politics. Um, I'll talk about religion enough to say that I am very much a Christian, but I had a friend that was so Christian that they used to cram it down people's throats, and then we would get kicked out of places all the time. And God is strong enough that through our actions and stuff, people can come around, they can see there's something different about someone, and they'll advance it and stuff like that. So I just let God work in his mysterious ways, and I don't hound people and stuff like that. And that's also my voice with, constantly being on some level of quote unquote sick. I'm not really sick, but my lung issues cause me to, you know, to sound odd with almost everything I do. I have a,
Well, and we both have been told by our doctors that COVID will kill us.
yeah, we've both been told by our doctors COVID will kill it. I got you. I got your butt. So, yeah, so
Me for my immunity and you for your lungs.
and now I've been going on for 26 minutes. I wanted to try and squeeze some of Kim, not squeeze Kim, but squeeze some of Kim's story in here. But we may have to do a whole nother video on that. But I mean, she has went through a lot of abuse, and she is here today as a testament to her strength and everything about where she came from, everything she's went through. If you can picture all the bad things that can happen to a girl at young ages at the hands of abusers,
And then
men, women, drunks, drug users, things like all that. If you can kind of picture the gamut of what are known things, it's pretty much happened to Kim. And so she struggles all the time with.
you'll never see me on camera.
Yeah, you'll never see her on camera. You'll actually probably not see much of both of our faces. There's a video I know on here where you can get a side profile of me, but it would be a wash for you to go try to find it. It's in the video. I'm so funny.
Hilarious.
So yeah, that's why you don't see us much. It's for anxiety purposes, safety purposes. Unless you've been in the role of a survivor, you don't know what it's like. A lot of people say, "Oh, just be strong and show yourself." It's not quite that easy.
And I still have a stalker.
Some of her abusers are alive still.
One of them is a stalker.
One of them's a stalker. Things like that. So, that's why you won't see us directly on in video. You'll see this guy. You'll see him. Yeah, look at him. Look at this guy. Yeah, there he is. So you'll see him in the videos, but you won't
We were also asked how long we've been together.
see much of us. Yeah, we were asked how long we've been together. I've always wanted to have a neat little, kind of a ha-ha little joke about it, but I can't think of anything that wouldn't take away from how much I just adore being married to Kim. Like some people say, it only feels like been married for 5 minutes. underwater or some stuff like that. And I don't want to do that. You know, I mean, like, we're a high school sweethearts.
Soulmates.
Yes, we are soulmates. I have proposed to her at our senior prom in front of everyone.
And they said yes.
Yep, she said yes, of course. You know.
The entire class cheered.
Yep, the whole class cheered us
People
on,
we
and
didn't even know.
yeah, and we've been together ever since. She's been suffering with me ever since then. Like, we got married at the Chapel of Love. Yeah.
We had 21 years of marriage in November.
Yep, 21 years in November of marriage.
And we've been together almost 25 years.
Yep, been together almost 25.
As of October 1st.
October 1st, yep. October 1st, we sat behind an elementary school in the middle of the night, and I asked her, you know, she had just broken up with an abuser and started to take the power back of her life. And I knew her before I knew she was being abused. And I had wanted to be with her. I knew she would be the other half of my life. So I had to have her, you know, with me by my side as a partner and a companion. And so October 1st, I got up the courage, you know, here's my chance. Someone else is going to recognize how great she is, and, you know, they're going to swoop in and get her. So
Well, the friend I was with.
we were there with a friend, and when she was dating her abuser, she actually told this person that if they ever broke up, she would go out with him. And he was there. And we were all there at this park behind an elementary school because she had just broken up earlier that day. So he's thinking he's going to get to start dating Kim. And, well, I couldn't have that. So, although I knew nothing about that arrangement, I just knew, you know, it's one of those situations where I say it all the time. You know, if you wait till you're ready, you'll never do it because, you know, like, you just, ready is an illusion. Well, I knew that along with ready being an illusion, so is love waiting stalwart for you. It's not just going to wait around. Everything is moving and flowing. So I just had to ask her right away. You know, like, I know you're kind of on the rebound, and I know things are going to take time and whatnot, but will you at least